Famcast Media. Bitch.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Let me tell you about my best friend. He's a warm-hearted person who loved me till the end.
You're listening to Pigs Radio, broadcasting live from a secret location in Compton, California. The talk show that makes psychiatrists see other psychiatrists, other psychiatrists, other psychiatrists, other psychiatrists. Other psychiatrists. It's Sunday, not the nighttime. You know what that means. You're now tuned into one of the longest reigning weekly episodic podcasts in the Pigsniverse, Pigs motherfucking Radio. A little bit different today. We're starting a little bit early, a little breakfast time with Pigs. It wouldn't be Pigs if we started on time. So obviously we're half an hour late with no fucking true band on stage, but
we have some things happening here around the fucking round table. One lonely piggy IB. Zach's not here because he's a fucking bitch. Fuck you, Zach. Wherever you are, happy fucking birthday. I stopped by his little surprise birthday party last night. Zach started getting drunk, so I left before the whole... till he got shit-faced, because I was not trying to be a part of that. I've seen Zach drunk once in Vegas, and that was more than enough. He's a little bit of a handful. Little bit. So I left in the nick of time. So Kelly of Zach and Kelly was babysitting him and their childrens that were there. So shout out to Zach. It's his birthday. I don't know. He's talking about he wants to do another show today because he knew he wasn't going to get up on time today. So I don't know. So follow him at Zach Rabbit Lopez. Send him your dick pics for his birthday or your ass pics. He'll like that shit a lot. So at Zach Rabbit Lopez, one fucking word. Send him all your birthday dick pics. He'll love it. He might be on the show later today. I don't know. There might be another show later. I don't know. We're all playing it by ear. I think I wanted to go to wrestling, but if Zach, the birthday boy, wants to do a show, I'm down to do a show with the birthday boy. So, Zach, you let me know what the fuck you want to do, man. You can follow me at M81 Presents. Get all your nice show stuff on there, all the latest and greatest. But we're trucking along. Episode 550. On our way, the road to episode 600. Only 50 more episodes to go, guys. Only 50 more episodes to go. And I don't know, hopefully our friends at Lycan's Den, we got a trophy at episode 300. I haven't seen a trophy since then. So I don't know, maybe the threes, maybe 600 will be the time that, a new trophy would immerse itself to victory, with pigs. So we'll figure it out. Shout out to Lycan's Den. Make sure you go check out all his merchability shit. LycansDen.com or LycansDenRecords.com. I don't know. It's one of those. Lycan's Den. Look that shit up. He sells stuff for the billies, the psychos and the rockas and the whatnot. Segueing over a little bit to the rockabilly stuff, M81 Productions will be in full force at, what is that? Rarin to Go? Rarin to Go? Rarin to Go? I'm dyslexic. Raring to go. Raring to go. There you go. It's hard for me to say words and do stuff at the same time. But Raring to Go is a rockabilly weekender happening at the Holiday Inn in the city of Long Beach, right off of Lakewood Boulevard, near the Long Beach Airport. So that's going to be happening that first weekend in June, June 6th. 7 and 8. All kind of Billy bands coming from like the Europes, locals. It's going to be insane. So guys, get your tickets. Shit is selling out. It's almost sold out. So get your tickets. Just did a production walk. Beautiful fucking hotel. The rooms are almost gone. So if you guys are going to come out for that Billy weekender, you're going to come, do that hair, do everything, stay there. Get your rooms now before they completely sell out. Fuck, man. That was a lot of intro.
It was.
A lot of intro.
I thought you were trying to pignore me there for a minute.
Not at all. I have you on the screen. So your presence is here with everyone online. We have our good old friend Jake, not from State Farm, but Jake from Holy Water returning back to fucking pigs. Good morning, Jake. We played it by ear. We wasn't sure exactly what time we were going to show up today.
Yeah, we got here.
Yeah.
I thought I was shooting for a little bit earlier, but you know how it goes. We had a late one last night. So.
It happens. I was hanging out with you guys last night. I tried going out the night before to go hang out with some other friends. Things deterred me, and I could not make it out Saturday, but things were a little bit better. On Sunday, I was able to kind of partake and hang out. Shout out to Dark Kinetic.
Dark Kinetic, yeah.
Okay.
Sauna. What
an awesome fun time last night.
Yeah, it was a great show.
Sana and Eric, they did their Dark Kinetic.
Yeah, cool venue.
Love it there. I do have a show coming up on the 26th. More things to be announced at the Slipper Clutch and the Grayson. So
nice.
Amazing venue, right in the heart of downtown, right off of Broadway. Couple little key things about that place. Number one, there's 2 different entrances you can walk into.
Yep.
There are 2 different bottom floors with different aesthetics, different vibes, different everything. If you come off of the Broadway side, you walk into the Grayson, which is this amazing, beautiful, like upscale,
kind of hipster
bar. Yes,
it's a sushi restaurant in the very front, right?
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
Okay, there's a very small closet room, like little pathway, like I don't know, maybe about 10 feet.
Yeah.
And you walk right through that to get into the Grayson.
Yeah.
And then from the Grayson, there's bathrooms, but then there's like an arrow saying some fucking word that
Yeah.
nothing regarding the slipper clutch. But
Yeah.
you make a right into that arrow, and then now you're immersed into this other room with a pool table, different fucking vibe of aesthetics,
They had
very
like a-
punky,
yeah.
underground.
They had like a 90s new metal playlist going.
For sure. Towards the end, they had like Spanish rock and like
okay.
ska and stuff. So they play a different vibe, but it's just a hangout.
I swear I heard some Pigs Against the Machine.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised. There's all kinds of shit. So both those rooms and entrances are free to get into. So you don't have to have a ticket for a show. But when you get there and you go upstairs to the Slipper Clutch, that's where you need a fucking ticket. So you get one night, 3 different areas to hang out in. You get a live stage on the top with an amazing, intimate balcony.
Yeah.
Overlooking parts of downtown, the high rises.
Yeah, the skyline.
If you're familiar with La Cita, this park, this mini intimate smoking patio kind of faces out towards that parking lot of La Cita, but then you see all the high rises.
Yeah.
Fucking incredible, beautiful,
cool.
very beautiful.
Yeah, it was almost like a private patio for the 420 friendly last night.
It really was very, very intimate. I don't want to call it small, but
Cannabis adjacent.
very. I mean,
Folks.
but what is it nowadays?
Yeah, you're right.
Especially in L.A.
Yeah.
I remember where, you couldn't have any of that weed shit. Now that all the computer weed is out, it's all vapes and don't even smell like anything. So nowadays, everyone's smoking
Dude,
everywhere. And
there's
whatnot.
some motherfuckers that could use a little weed out there. I'm telling you.
Everyone needs some fucking weed, if you ask me. It just makes things better. You know what, dude? If everyone was high, there would be no wars. There would be no killings. There would be none of that shit.
Yeah. They'd be fighting over the last Pepsi or snack.
Exactly.
Or something, yeah.
And most things could be either resolved with fucking weed or jacking off.
Or they'd forget about it.
One of the two.
Like who? What? What were
Wait,
we
what's
doing?
happening?
Yeah.
Wait, I'm good. I'm going to go
Yeah.
munch on some shit.
Why is it so bright in here?
So Holy Water played last night along
Did.
with let's see who was
Dancing
there.
Strangers.
Dancing
was
Strangers,
awesome.
Blood Handsome,
Yeah, and my homie Dr. Ray, X-Ray 5.
the X-Ray
and
5s were there.
company.
Yeah.
And Chris from Fever.
Christmas Fever was up there
doing-
on stage with you
yeah.
playing guitar.
Yeah, he played guitar and then he plays bass in X-Ray 5 too.
Fuck, that
So
dude
he
was everywhere.
double duty. He's a madman. I mean, the guy could play, he's a magic. Yeah, he's like metal madness. Like he's way better than the few notes that I had him pluck away at. So he's just an incredible human being all around.
I mean, don't sell yourself short at all, sir. I mean, for those who've never seen Holy Water, you're doing yourself a disgrace. You need to come out. Are you playing anywhere anytime soon other than last night?
Yeah, I got a bunch of shows coming up playing down here in LA or just in general.
Let's shoot with LA then in general.
I just got added to a show on March 27th with Hallows at Gold Diggers in Hollywood.
Okay.
So I'm excited about that. And there might be some other bigger stuff, but I'm not quite sure about that yet.
Pigs Real exclusive, bigger stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to say much yet, but it's
Okay.
It would be rad. And, of course, I will be sharing all that on the social medias.
Holy Water now
That's not
headlining Coachella,
No.
Cruel World, Darker Waves. You're headlining everything.
It would be a DJ set in between bands on a much bigger bill. If I get it, yeah.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Hey, you
So
know
we'll
what?
see.
Stepping stones wherever it is
Yeah.
that you need to go and, rub elbows, kiss babies, or do whatever it is that you need to do to get that shit
Well, I
going.
come from a DJ world, like, I started in punk and hardcore and then got into DJing around 2008, 9, 10. Like Daft Punk, Justice, Bloody Beetroots, Crookers, the kind of more the indie sleaze.
Yeah.
Kind of, that kind of
Good
stuff.
times. Them early, well, no, those are like what, 2010s?
Yeah. 8, 9, 10, 11,
Yeah.
right around there. The late, early aughts,
The golden era.
It was. It was a great era, yeah. When people still had fun
I know.
and made fun of each other without,
I know. Now everyone has sign in their vaginas and
Get it?
everyone's so sensitive and you can't say shit and
No, I don't even know.
bunch of
Yeah.
fucking pussies.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you. I will just drink my water and
Yeah, I don't know.
silently agree.
It's random. It's all right though. I mean, look, it's 2024. I think everyone has a vagina now, which is great. Fuck it, rock it. But you need to keep the sand out of it.
Well, it's just life, Sometimes the way some people handle stress and pressure in life by making fun of it. You know what I mean? I got homies back east, and all they do to show affection is give each other a hard time about whatever they're wearing, whatever they're doing. It's like how people connect sometimes. If you've ever been around a big family, all they do is bust each other's balls the whole time, and that's love. That's, you're part of it if they're giving you shit.
Right.
It'd be worse if they weren't, then you'd just be some weird guy on the outskirts. So for me, I think an entryway into love and affection can be a little sarcasm and a little bit of a riff, and it's not supposed to be taken personally. Some of the things culturally, they're just funny, and it's not meant to be hurtful or anything like that. Occasionally things slip out and you're not aware that you have hurt someone's feelings. But, I think a little bit of consideration is awesome, but also being able to take a joke too and just have fun with that and not take ourselves so freaking seriously.
100%. Apparently, I learned that my love language is like that with Zach. So definitely, we do a lot of shit talking. This is how I express myself. I can't cuss without verbally expressing how I feel.
I get it.
So you got to grind to the mud a little bit.
Yeah, my
wife's
the same way. I always tell her she'd fit right in like back east because they just deliver information. They're not thinking about. She's more facts than feelings.
Okay.
But, honestly, like, as hard as it is to hear sometime, I trust truth. I think truth can be a very high form of love, even if it comes in as some wise, sarcastic remark. But when you love someone enough to tell them the truth, like what maybe things they don't want to hear, that's a really high form of love, So it's just taken me a long time to learn that. But, I agree with what you said. I think people are just kind of gotten a little too far up their own asses, and it's time to just kind of relax and, kind of hang and love each other again. I mean, in the state of political duress and all the crazy stuff that's going on out in the world, we're really going to need each other, especially folks on the underground. So that's where I always found solace and community and acceptance was in the darker corners of the music community, and that's why I'm still here at 52 years old, 35 years in the game, just like I'd love to say I do this because I want to be a rock star, but it's not. I do it because I like having friends and friends that I trust and love, and something about walking into a goth night or something. I know I'm going to be accepted and safe and see some weird shit and like not feel weird about it. I don't know. It's cool. I'm really grateful to be part of such a inclusive scene, and I love that about it.
I'm sorry, you said 52?
I am, yeah.
Damn, you look good for your age, man.
Thanks. Well, in rock and roll years, I'm like 178. I probably should have been dead like 30 years ago. But to be fair, I don't even remember like 12 years of my life. So emotionally, I'm clocking in around, 41 or 42.
Copy that.
I don't know if I grew.
I mean, but you're here, so
I am.
You're growing in some aspect.
Yeah, no, I know. That's cool. A lot of people are shocked sometimes, not to flex, that they're 52. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I've never been one to hide my age because I don't really give a shit. I feel like lucky to be around. But, yeah, dude, I just feel like I've lived a million lives. But when you get on the other side of it, it's just, I'm just so grateful to still be around, kicking it, knowing folks like you, getting to play shows. And it's really interesting. I'm not everybody makes it out, dude. You know?
You're right. Going to last night's show and watching you perform and unlock your inner holy water. Obviously, we worked together in the past. You played at last year's Gotham, which was a fun ride. We had you perform at Fresno and LA. By the way, Gotham is coming back, guys. I haven't made an official announcement, but coming to Fresno and LA this year, 2025, October 10th and 11th.
Dude.
So breaking fuck is a big exclusive news.
Do not ignore me on that bill, bro.
Do not ignore you.
Yeah. I'm gonna, yeah. You said it out loud right in front of me, so.
Throwing it out there into the universe.
I love that
So
show.
watching you perform on stage was incredible during the Gotham Wing. But last night was even more raw.
Yeah.
It was like you were up there, mind you, once again, you were kind of dissing the talents, but I mean, you sing, you're playing guitar, you are cueing your keys and digitals and tracks and everything else in between.
Got a lot going on.
Fuck.
Yeah.
And lights.
Yeah.
sounded fucking amazing last night. So congratulations on a successful performance, but definitely
Thank
that
you.
energy is not of a fucking 52-year-old. I will say that. That is
Timeless.
You were like fucking on the floor, fucking just.
Well, I like to think of myself as like the Chewbacca of goth, right? Like, you know, Chewgotha. No, I don't know. I just, age to me doesn't, you know, it all plays a role in my influences and stuff. But like for me, I guess I don't identify as a 52-year-old, you know, and there's the music thing keeps us young at heart, I think. And I don't know. I've just seen like whole genres come and go in my lifetime, and to see this third, fourth new wave of waves coming back through again, it just makes my heart sing. And so it's a very natural fit for me to kind of put all that together. But yeah, I do a lot of different stuff on stage. I mean, I guess you can relate. I mean, you got this whole system in here is quite elaborate and stuff too.
I mean,
so
definitely. I
got
mean,
a lot going on.
it is a performance, but you know, we are in the comfort of a studio. Sometimes we do have a live audience in here.
Yeah.
But it's different when you're on stage and with eyeballs looking at you, and you're just like rocking out.
Yeah.
And obviously, you and I have had many conversations, but to see the transformation from Jake when I talk to you, you know, off camera, when we're hanging out at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning in
Yeah.
a fucking parking lot,
Yeah.
you know, that's different energy than what than it is on stage. For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
And not to mention, I mean, obviously, I think when you played at Gothoween, it was also you and someone else in the band. And now you're doing it solo again,
Yeah.
which you were always a solo artist.
Yeah, yeah. I started out doing everything as a solo artist. One of the producers that I work with, Elliot, he was with me very early on, but he's also super busy, really extremely talented producer, and is plays in a touring band and stuff too. So he didn't have time. So I went solo for a while, and then added a guitar player for this last album cycle and did a couple touring runs with them. And then now I'm just sort of back on my own and stuff. It's just one of those things where it's like, I don't have to check in with people or manage a way to get them to shows and back and stuff like that. All I got to do is book it and just make time.
Go.
Yeah. And just hop in the car. And I don't know, like, I mean, I cut hair for a living, so I'm always around people. I'm a very social person, but I feel like I have this social battery. So going on drives, even down I-5, as boring as it is, it just kind of clears the head, and I can just look out over a sunset or sunrise and just kind of clear my mind. And something about the open road has always been very freeing to me, and it gets me out of my brain, which is a dark and vast and confusing place, and into my body. And it's just nice to go. Like, I've always felt very relaxed in airplanes, trains, anything in transit. You know what I mean? Like, when I was a kid and I was trying to go to sleep, instead of like counting sheep, I had this like scenario in my brain where I was flying around in space in this like capsule that's impenetrable by any lasers or asteroids or anything out there. And it was a silent capsule that was perfect temperature, like nice 68.5 or something.
Love it.
And I'm just floating through time and space. And it was so nothing. I'm in fucking space, so there's no one around. It's totally dark, totally quiet, and somehow that sort of like forced isolation would get me to relax. So it's the same thing I feel if I'm out in the ocean, or out in the desert, or I do a lot of like hiking or running, and I'll run out in the middle of nowhere, and then you got to run back. But it's humbling when you know that we're just a small part of a much greater universe. Like, if I'm in the middle of the desert, if I get clipped, no one's coming for me, and these cactuses and these rocks and this fucking lizard isn't care if I live or die. Then I feel part of a much bigger universe and much more humble, and I don't feel there's not so much I, so much me, so much self-will. It's like I'm a bigger part of that. So I don't know. I'm not super like religious, but in a spiritual way, I know I'm not in charge, right, of what's going to happen. I'm only in charge of how I treat people and what the love and the energy I put into the world. So it's nice to just sit back and let life be, and I find I can do that a lot better when there's no other humans in that focal range, if that makes any sense.
For sure. I get it. I'm, social butterfly, always having to entertain, talking to people. It's draining.
Yeah.
And I I've always loved traveling, hitting the road, driving.
Yeah.
This past year was one of my more busier years. Where knocking things off of the bucket list, where I was able to book tours and actually go on the road.
Yeah.
You know, Fresno. I mean, local stuff, nothing crazy. Local, Fresno, Vegas, and but it's still 3-4 hours in the road.
Yeah.
Lugging gear, getting
Yeah.
there, setting up,
Yeah.
doing the show, packing up, and most of the time I'm a madman.
Yeah.
I will drive home that same night after a
Yeah.
fucking show.
I get
So
it.
I've
It
done
helps
that in
me
Vegas.
unwind. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
done that before too. I help you unwind. Open invite, dude. Anytime you want to go,
Fuck yeah.
and just come and hang. I mean, we could even do like a podcast in the car, which is something fun.
Nice.
Like whatever you want to do, and you wouldn't have. I mean, a lot of times you're setting up sound, you're doing all this stuff. So I could see that's a lot. After doing what you do, I'd want to get the fuck out of there and get some quiet time too. I get it, 100%.
Definitely, it's one of those. If I could sit down and rest right afterwards, I would. But
Yeah.
it's always the fear of like, look, man, when you travel on the road with fucking gear, I'm always on edge.
Yeah.
Oh,
100%.
I want to
yeah.
make sure no one's looking at the van. It's locked up. It's
Yeah.
You can do 10,000 things, but if someone's gonna steal it, they're gonna fucking steal it.
Yeah.
But you try to do as much to deter that, as much as possible. And
Yeah.
I can't rest unless like I know I'm 100% secure. When I go to Vegas, I have a safe house I go
Yeah.
to. I'm in a gated community. I have retired military and police force around me when I'm there. So
Yeah.
shout out to Mike and Maggie in your fucking Fortress of Solitude. I love it out there.
Dude, you talk like a mob guy, dude. Like Gothfellas or something, dude. Like I
Gothfellas, I
can't
love it.
sleep until things are safe. Like I get it though. I totally I get that. And being part of the music community, especially when you're on the production side of things, the event side of things, there's a lot of responsibility that falls down. And you are kind of a mob boss, You are kind of having to put out fires and be there for other people, working way harder than any way you're getting compensated for it. And we were talking about that early on. Is like, is the juice worth the squeeze? And
Nope.
I mean, every step counts, right? Every bit of work counts. I just try to see it as some sort of intrinsic value, like building blocks of friendships and communities and things. And what else would I be doing? And I mean, it beats the hell out of freaking golf or something. Like, I don't know what else I would do,
I guess my hard no was more a reflection of like, as far as this music industry, this nightlife, the grind. We've been having like random power outages.
Yeah.
Okay, we're still streaming live.
Okay.
It's just not.
That all happened live?
Yeah. Oh no, we can't be streaming live because the internet's not working. Okay, let me end this.